It's the Spelunky Daily challenge for the 12th of September. I'm going to play as a small robot. I think when this level starts, there's going to be 2 sapphires encased in rock on the left and 2 piles of gold. Oh look, I'm right. Okay, I haven't cheated, I haven't looked at other people's runs. I'm not currently playing this as I speak. I recorded myself talking as I spoke, but my microphone wasn't connected properly, so I have no voiceover for this whole daily. So I thought I'd go back and watch it and just do commentary after the fact, which might be a complete disaster. So I paused for a long time up there looking at those sapphires and gold and desperately trying to think of any way I could possibly get to them, and it was going to take a rope and 2 bombs at least, and eventually decided that wasn't worth it. I think that was the right call in retrospect, and as you'll see, I didn't end up running out of money. A rope for 1,500 gold is pretty good trade, I think. Looking at it now, actually, I could have tried to bomb up from below. I guess that's what I was thinking of there, but again, it's going to be a rope and a bomb, and I don't think I'd get to either of those sapphires doing that. So I did remember to keep a rock with me at all times. That was good. And managed to not hit myself with it at any point, I don't think. Again, you can see me deliberating. There's a lot of jewellery and money locked up in this level. I seem to have got better at dealing with like just general enemies, you know, just bats and stuff. Well, having said that, I did die to a bat in a practice run today, but like, I don't know, I think in the past I would have been tempted to just throw that rock the second I saw the bat and probably hit myself in the head and then take damage from the bat as well. I think basically all I've learned is just to be even more cautious than I was already and back off and give space to dealing with that kind of stuff. But I'm still terrible at it. I still screw it up all the time. So that's a pretty good level 1. That's, you know, extra health point, 12,000. And here's where I got really, really excited. Jetpack in the shop and a box of bombs. So together those things cost $30,000, and I've got 12,000. But those little light bugs flying around are worth a lot. In fact, let's find out how much they're worth. 5,500. They get worth more as you go through the game. So I think they're worth like even 10k later on. So I'm trying to figure out what can I get quickly to be able to afford the jetpack. And I've actually now done it. Those 2 gold bugs were enough on their own. I really shouldn't be wasting time with this shit. I should just be going at this point. But I'm really keen to get more money because there's a box of bombs in there too. So if I can afford that, then I'm laughing. And I can't yet, but if I buy the jetpack, then I can easily get back there afterwards. Shame you can't like get a loan. If you could like just borrow 5k to get the jetpack, I wouldn't have had to use all those ropes to get back to it. Oh yeah, I don't know if I didn't notice even rewatching whether it says at the start that this is a snake pit level, but it took me a long time to realise it. I was looking at this wall and thinking, God, why is there so much cool stuff through this wall? Because it's not on the critical path, and it seems weird to have like loads of really interesting things over there. And of course it's a snake pit, so it's full of dart traps, it's full of snakes, it's full of gold, it's got a pug. And again, I'm getting very, very excited right now because there's going to be a mattock at the bottom, and that jetpack and a mattock is just my happy place. And have those 2 things, I'm just sort of an infinite money-making machine. But of course, incredibly short on time. So I'm thinking, okay, I've got to get the mattock, the torch, the pug, and get back to the shop. All these things got to get to the exit. The torch kind of has to be with me at almost all times. But I found the exit now, so I'm going to get the pug there. I'll deal with the bat first. Accidentally picked up half an arrow. Save the pug. Then I guess take the mattock? Why am I taking the mattock? That seems like a crazy plan. Why aren't I taking the torch? Oh, because I'm looking for more gold. But I've got enough to buy the bombs. What an idiot. Why didn't I take the torch? Or maybe I was worried I wouldn't have time to go back for either of them, so I was just trying to take the most important thing. And then I'm really, really worried about time at this point, but there's a bug. And I managed to get it. even like after I've afforded all the stuff I want, I've bought everything I need, I'm more desperate for gold than ever at that point, because now I don't have any. I've spent it all. Giant spiders are well worth the bomb, even if you don't need the sticky paste, and in this case I did need the sticky paste. All that gold down there, I could tell that was going to be worth digging through to, because it's, you can see it's behind a shop, and shops are almost always on the critical path, like the way you're meant to go through the level. You very rarely find a shop like locked off from you. So if the shop isn't locked off, then this room must have been, and it was. That's a just incredibly generous set of levels, this. Just loads of money everywhere. And a parachute. Brilliant. But it's so nice having, I mean, jetpack and matic is awesome all the time, but particularly if you already have a jetpack at the time when you get to the key in the chest level, you realise it's going to be fairly easy to get it all done. That was a really awkward situation. I was trying to figure out there if like using a jetpack is faster than climbing a ladder. It seems like if you had a jetpack you wouldn't bother with ladders anymore, but I think it's probably about the same speed. I'm already back up to 22k, that's amazing. I didn't want to mine that top block because the chest would fall down, and in theory it shouldn't hit me, but theories like that are dangerous in Spelunky. There's also a temptation when you got either the jetpack or the cape to not look down when you go into the next level. You're like, I'll be safe, I don't need to care about falling damage because I can, always survive it. Yep, that was terrifying. It's the only time my double whip policy fails me is scorpions, because they are already stunned, so whipping them doesn't help. And then obviously you've just taken more time and they're about to wake up. Whipping them again doesn't keep them unconscious, doesn't help in any way, doesn't do any damage, doesn't re-stun them. So even if you keep whipping them continuously, they'll still wake up at the same time. And the whip has like, it's actually quite slow, like it's quick to attack, but then when you re-attack, there's a mandatory delay. So I could have pushed that TNT crate just a little bit and then mined the blocks out from in front of it, but when you mine a block out, all those little bits of shrapnel fly out, and every one of those can trigger a TNT crate, so it would have blown up in my face if I'd done that. You could see the sadness in my eyes as I looked at those gems down on the ground and decided to play it safe and not go for them. I could easily have got them, but like the time it took to make the decision actually made the situation worse, and so I just thought, fuck it, let's go. Gems. Gems. I had no idea that you could find a caveman in those cocoons, which is awesome, because it kind of like tells the story of the spiders, actually preying on the things in this level. I don't mind the spider levels, because giant spiders are actually, I mean, if you're out of bombs, obviously it completely sucks, but I'm not, so who cares? I got 15. This is tricky though, how do you get to, there's 3 spiders over there, and it seems like a good place, there's 2 gems I can get, which are worth absolutely loads, but obviously I can't matic my way through that barrier, can't walk under it because it'll definitely kill me, but I've got sticky bombs, so I can just blow through there, because a bomb does blows out 2 blocks left and right. Of course you've got to be careful when actually placing it, because you don't want to touch the spider. Actually, I think maybe sticky bombs might not aggro them if you hit one directly. But if you throw a non-sticky bomb at a spider, it hits the spider and the spider feels it and activates. I wonder if anyone else killed all these spiders. I really like killing spiders. I really like money. Which is how, after spending $30,000 on one of the earliest levels, I still end up with a huge amount of cash in this game. Although I still end up spending it. Oh yeah, that nearly killed me. I was actually holding the forwards direction as that fell, and for some reason I didn't walk under it. I don't know why. Maybe just my inept controls saved me. But yeah, I was fucking terrified of that. That would have been so sad. Yeah, and then you find a shop that's selling a jetpack and a matic, so anyone who missed them in the early levels, get them now. Probably should have triggered that dart trap, because anything could have gone wrong afterwards. Like, just having dart traps that haven't fired yet is awful. Also, my character really likes picking up arrows instead of the thing he wants to pick up. I don't know if there's some kind of like priority logic on that, because it does seem like if the key and the chest are on the floor and you try and pick them up, you always get the key. This is where I'm realizing the ghost is going to show up any second. And there's loads and loads of gems to mine out, but I just kind of can't really figure out a quick way of doing it. I guess I do go for this one. Mostly because I just wanted to see a ruby kill a spider. I could have got a couple more, couldn't I? Because the ghost is coming from the left, because I was over at the left at the time that the time ran out. And so, zombie level with a shotgun right at the start. Fucking amazing. I've got a jetpack and a mattock, and immediately find a shotgun. And because I know it's there and I've got a jetpack and I can go back and forth as much as I like, I'm going to explore a bit more and find all the cool stuff first. Also because once I get the shotgun, you know, I have to drop the mattock, so I might as well use it up. I should have used it more actually, I should have just mined out this whole level. That right there is a ghost idol. It's same as a normal idol, except when you pick it up the ghost comes. That was... I don't know what the fuck was happening there. I swear I wasn't holding down to drop it. It just kept falling out of my hands and then refusing to pick it up again. This was a bit of a waste of time because I knew I was coming back here, so I didn't actually need to get that gold right then. And then... zombie horde. Fucking loads of zombies. But a shotgun very nearby. I'm actually in two minds about whether the shotgun's better than the mattock or not. The mattock gets you so much money, but at this point I just had so much money already that I figured surviving was more important. Surviving is generally more important than anything. God, I'm wasting loads of time here. I got confused because I just kind of... I don't know, I didn't think there was a gap down here, so I thought I had to go left. But really, if I thought about it, I could have figured out that that wasn't the way to go. Look at this, 70,000. Also, still got 6 health somehow. I think I just rescued a lot of damsels. I would have sacrificed them, but I just didn't see any opportunities to do so. Looks like from the scoreboards a lot of people died in the jungle today, because obviously I'm talking after I played it, so I've seen the results as well. I was worried that because there's a jetpack, and there's a mattock, and there's a shotgun, and they're all... Even if you miss the jetpack and the mattock the first time, you can get both of them again later on, and there's loads of money everywhere. I was kind of fearing, looking at the scoreboards and seeing like everyone else got to hell. And here's where I try dealing with a fucking fish, and it doesn't fucking work. I don't know what lesson to learn from this, just like, don't deal with fish ever, just stay the fuck away from them. Just either bomb the whole thing, or just don't go anywhere near it. Because I fuck up the whipping again, and I almost take damage a second time. There's something about, like, when they attack you, they retreat for a second, and I think it's timed so that if you just whip continuously, if you miss the first time, you'll miss the subsequent times as well, like they're on the same cycle, which is horrible. So you can take, like, that's how people end up taking, like, 3 or 4 damage from fish. Obviously I figured out the back market is here. It's a really awkward spot though, it's directly above a shop, so bombing through directly, I'm sure, yeah, because look, there's 2 squares at its thinnest point between here and the shop, and shops are never open top, so they always have a roof. So that one layer below, that sure would count as the shop. And of course if you blow up a shop trying to get to the black market, then when you get to the black market, you've got an interesting situation on your hands. And just noticed the crate. So I'm spending loads of bombs here, but I was figuring, oh, I'm going to the black market, so it doesn't matter because there'll be loads of bombs to buy. Guess what? There isn't. I'm so fucking afraid of those boomerang guys. Technically it's probably worth going down there and jumping on him and getting that 500 gold, but if you just slip slightly, they completely destroy you. I'm trying to figure out here whether it's worth exploring the rest of the level. That was fucking risky, by the way. Don't shoot 2 frogs right in front of a shop in the direction of the shopkeeper, because the shotgun obviously has a slight spread, and there's probably a line where you could get a pellet into that shop. I'm never quite sure why monkeys sometimes stun you and sometimes don't. Like, that one stole some gold from me, but just had no effect other than that. Oh yeah, I just realised there's a crate up here. So this is terrifying. Oh, I didn't notice the crate near the exit. I should have gone for that as well. Well, probably not actually, because I'm out of time. This is where I start to really rush. Could have gone horribly wrong. Jetpack is awesome. Not just kind of in usefulness, but just feels really nice to use. It looks really cool. There's a glow on it, and it just like everything you do with it feels kind of heroic and cool. Here I hide because of that one day where the black market explodes as soon as you get there. And I'm trying to be really, really careful about those boomerang guys. There's so many gems just embedded in the level here. Oh look, a jetpack and a matic again. So there are 3 jetpacks and 3 matics in this playthrough so far. Ridiculous. That's scary. Never want to be shooting too close to a shopkeeper. I'm actually amazed I didn't take any damage there. Did lots of different things all at once. And then of course there's a caveman and a tribesman. If you're going to buy the ankh, buy it the first thing you buy. Make it the first thing you buy. Because things can go wrong. And also, if you do your maths wrong, you could end up not being able to afford it. I really come close to screwing up a lot of those fights. Here, okay, this is a stupid idea. I thought, oh, if I just buy a matic now, I can just use it in this one level and make my money back on it. And like, yeah, that's true, but why is that good? And then a frog jumps on me, and then I fall into the fucking TV trap, which is exactly what happened yesterday. Well, not exactly, but I was doing the same thing, and I was being so careful this time. I'm like, okay, when I take away that block of the earth, the spikes are going to come towards me. I know this will happen. And that's how I died yesterday. So I'm not going to die to it this time. And then as I'm thinking that, the frog lands on me, knocks me out of place. Then I end up mining the block in front of me, which lets me fall into a pit where I'm stuck in front of 2 sets of spikes that are coming out. Super irritating. So I had the Ankh of Resurrection. That's why I foreshadowed that a bit a second ago by saying always buy that first. So it saved me, but it means I can never get to the City of Gold on this run. There's loads of gems here I could be bombing out, but at this point I've got loads of money and not very many bombs, so there's just no point. Like, any bombs I could see in a shop from now on I'll be able to afford. And I don't care about money as in terms of score, because we don't score that way. Don't deal with the fish. Just jump on the tribesman and slightly fuck it up and be vastly unjustly punished for it. Such an irritating death. I'm so like close to getting him, and I don't know. I think I just tapped the jetpack one too many times. Like, I'm coming down, I'm gonna hit him, and then I kind of jetpack out of the way, so I land in front of him, and of course he happens to turn around at the exact same time.